They called it Operation Epic Fury, a 40-day storm of the most advanced aerial technology ever forged. Washington and Tel Aviv expected a clear sky, a test for the world's most sophisticated machines. But the math of modern warfare was about to be rewritten in fire. By the time the ceasefire took hold on April 8, 2026, halting 40 days of joint aggression, the impossible had become the record. 170 drones down. From the relentless MQ-9 Reaper to the $600 million MQ-4C Triton, Iran's integrated air defense network didn't just hold the line, it turned the sky into the most expensive graveyard. How did they do it? On the 28th of February, the United States and Israel launched the largest aerial operation against Iran in history, targeting missile sites, radar networks, and command infrastructure across the length of the country. Drones were central to that logic. Against the adversaries Washington had fought for 2 decades in Afghanistan, Iraq, Yemen, they had proven close to unbeatable. Iran was expected to be different only in scale. Among the losses the IRGC documented, at least 24 MQ-9 Reapers, America's primary persistent surveillance platform, valued at roughly $30 million each, 3 Heron TP aircraft, a reported 20 or more Hermes 900s, Israel's long-range reconnaissance workhorse, the platform that kept Israeli pilots out of Iranian airspace. And then, on April 9th, 1 day after the ceasefire, an MQ-4C Triton transmitted a final signal and vanished from radar off the Iranian coastline. Unit value, $618 million. It was not the first time Iran had reached that altitude. In June 2019, the 3 Hordad system downed a Global Hawk over the same waters. In 2026, the architecture that system belonged to reached further still. What stopped them was not improvisation. Over 2 decades under sanctions, Iran built a deliberate 3-tier architecture, each layer calibrated to a different altitude band, each covering the gap the one above it could not reach. At the outer edge, the Bavar 373 and the Arman system. The Bavar's Sayad 4B interceptor reaches 300 kilometers and an engagement ceiling of 120 kilometers. The Arman tracks 24 targets simultaneously across 200 kilometers of airspace. Together, they forced America's highest value platforms to extreme standoff distances. The Triton was already far offshore when it disappeared. In the middle tier, the 9-day system, road mobile, designed for the exact altitude where the MQ-9 and the Hermes 900 operate. 8 ready-to-fire missiles per launcher, continuously repositioned across multiple provinces, which is why the losses were spread across the map rather than concentrated at a single front. And at the inner layer, the Azarakhsh, light enough for a truck bed, quiet enough to reposition without detection. 4 missiles, 10 kilometers. By the time a Reaper's systems registered the launch signature, the engagement was already settled. The result was not a defense line, it was a grid, and the drones flew into it. Washington confirmed that MQ-9 Reapers operated over Iran throughout the campaign, but declined to comment on losses. American news networks, citing officials, reported 11 Reapers down by March 9th. By April, the figure had reached 24. Israeli officials acknowledged losing more than a dozen drones, describing them as an anticipated cost. By late March, the Israeli army had quietly paused Hermes 900 operations. The gap between Tehran's 170 and what Washington and Tel Aviv have confirmed is wide. Iran's account of those 40 days will remain contested. The fog does not lift cleanly. But the outline is visible. A country expected to absorb a technological onslaught instead built an architecture that made the sky expensive for all of them. How expensive precisely is still being counted.